Welcome to the PopGo Project podcast, a platform for the discussion and discovery of arts and entertainment. We focus on highlighting people and events that add value to the world around us. Visit us on all social media platforms by searching the PopGo Project or visit our website at thepopgoproject.com. Welcome to the show, and thank you so much for listening. This episode of the podcast is brought to you by Keller's Garden Center and Landscaping Services. Are you still cutting your own grass? Are you still trying to get your landscaping to look perfect on your own? That sounds sweaty. That sounds like a lot of work. That sounds like a job for Keller's Garden Center and Landscaping Services. Family owned and operated, Keller's Garden Center and Landscaping Services, located on Kern Street in Exeter near Blue Ribbon Dairy, has the quality and experience to get your yard looking its best. The Garden Center offers plants, trees, sod, mulch, rocks, flowers, topsoil, grass seed, straw bales, and much more, while the Lawn and Landscaping Services offers mowing, trimming, planting, and full landscaping. And also new at Keller's Garden Center is the Zen Chaser Bonsai Studio, offering bonsai trees, supplies, and classes. Visit them on their social media page for more info. Keller's Garden Center and Landscaping Services. Get your free estimate today. This episode is also brought to you by Paulson Tours. For almost 30 years, this family-owned and operated business has been sending people to sports games, racing events, concerts, vacations, and more. I myself have been using Paulson Tours for trips to Red Sox games, wine festivals, and an annual guys trip to Boston for St. Paddy's Day for almost 15 years. Check out the current trips being offered over at paulsontours.com. Life's a trip. Go with Paulson Tours. Don't panic. What's up?
Hey. What's up, John?
Is that the band name, or am I telling you guys not to panic?
Oh,
Whatever.
I don't. I don't know.
No way. Everyone knows
That
the
doesn't
band.
matter.
Don't panic. And if they don't, they will after being on this show.
This is our big break. This is it.
This is it.
The big moment.
To the moon from here. I'm going to take you guys to uncharted territory.
This is a jumping off point.
Man.
Yeah, you've made it.
Well, we're excited to be here, even if
I
it
am
is
too.
a big nothing.
Nice. Well, Ted, that's not fair because you actually helped me launch this whole thing.
That's
You and
right.
your brother.
That's right. We did the very first episode.
Yeah, it's way back when. It was a cold winter December day, or evening, whatever, back in 2020.
Wow.
Here we are, 150. I think this is going to be 156, maybe.
Holy crap.
156
That's a lot, man.
episodes. I guess. I
Yeah.
don't know. They say that a lot of podcasts don't make it past 10. So, I mean, I guess I can be happy with 156.
It's a weird metric that they know.
They know. There's so
They-
many out there. I forget how many.
Yeah,
Are,
if you figure there's probably about 10 million people that start a podcast every day.
yeah. It's like
And-
it's not a lot of work. I mean, I really enjoy this. I mean, this is like a part-time thing for me. This is very secondary. I record it at night. It's 9 p.m. on a Monday. And it's it is what it is. It's after the fact, and but I really enjoy it. So I just keep going.
And you know what? All people who watch enjoy it. I've heard only good things from anyone who's seen it. You've had some really cool guests I've seen. I saw that you had the guy from Everclear.
Yeah, Everclear,
Yeah.
the Verve Pipe,
Verve Pipe, that's cool. Yeah, see, you
Cold.
got some, yeah,
Scooter from
yeah,
Cole.
yeah.
I'm hoping to have a member of Bowling for Soup in the near future.
Oh, our boys.
Yeah, I've been talking to Jared, back and forth. We've been playing tag for maybe about 8 months now. He's very
Well.
busy, and I get it. If I can get 10 minutes of his time, I will be happy.
Well, good luck to you.
But we're not
Yeah,
here to
so
talk
do his
about
kids, all right? So get in line.
but we're not here to talk about all of those. We're here to talk about Don't Panic. Within the last month, you've released a new record. I think it's your third full length. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Number 3.
Number 3, lucky 3. So yeah, third full length. You got some EPs out there as well. But the biggest news, I guess, I mean, I'm going to consider the biggest news because it involves me, is the release of your new music video for The Long Way, which I had an honor to be a part of. So thank you for having me.
Oh, it was our pleasure. You did a great job.
You did very, Very great job. Yeah.
It came out so well. So if anyone's watching or listening, stop that right now. Pause this. Go on YouTube, check out the new "Don't Panic" video, and then come back and listen to the guys talk about the whole making of, I guess you could say. But
Yeah, it's going to be up on Facebook too. It's up on Facebook as well, so you can
it'll
see
be
it.
everywhere.
Instagram, yeah, it's all over the place. You can
You
check
guys
it
are
out.
very good
everywhere.
at social media, so yeah, it'll be everywhere. You can find their products. But yeah, I mean, this is not your first music video, obviously, for the band. I guess the videos are an important part of the band's identity, I guess you could say, and they're always very creative. And I have to go back to the Whoa I video, which was a couple years ago, and I went back and watched that again after I had been part of this one, and I realized just how involved it was. And Brad Benesky, a friend of all of ours, like he was like, he did a great job. I didn't know that he would be able to act like that.
Yeah, he was awesome. And we kind of threw him to the wolves. It was like hey man, what are you doing in a couple weeks? Like, do you want to be in a music video? And he's like, okay, like, yeah, sure. And we dressed him up like a total nerd, and
Yeah,
and he acted really well. Like, I think
killed it.
everything he did in the video is like perfect. He did
Killed
a
it.
really good job.
Yeah. So I mean, it goes. I mean, I was kind of the same way. I wasn't supposed to be in this one. It was a scheduled date. It got moved. I had something going on, and you messaged me and said, "Hey, are you still unable to make it?" And I said, "Actually, things worked out. This plans got canceled. I can come." And I wasn't expecting anything. I was just expecting to be a person in the crowd, and it turns out I had a pretty decent role, which I didn't know about until I showed up.
Yeah, and you did a great job in that role as well. I know we kind of dropped it on you a bit last minute. We had some other like friend that was originally going to do that part, and when we moved the dates and like it was a big hassle kind of getting this one together scheduling wise with a lot of people and a lot of locations, and so the guy we had originally doing that part was like, I can't do your new date. So I was like, well, if Popgo's coming, he'd be perfect for it. And you killed it, man. You did great. It looks great.
Yeah, I played an old fat rich man, and it's perfect because like I play that in real life, except I'm not rich. I'm poor.
Was that in the call sheet? Did it say old fat? I don't remember the fat part.
Yeah, well, it's the video. I mean, maybe this old saying's true that the video adds 10, 15 pounds. Maybe that's true, but it came out great, and I want to talk about that. You guys don't. It's not just a video shot in a warehouse where you guys playing instruments. It's thought out. It's creative, and Ted, I think that's kind of your MO as far as doing this to accompany the song. So as far as the video goes, maybe someone hasn't watched it yet. But talk about the whole process for this new song, new video.
Well, for us, I think we all kind of talk about it a lot as when we're going to spend a bunch of money and like do a video or do something big like that, we want to make sure it's like really cool and really different. And like you said, not just a band playing a performance video where we're just in a room and there's lights, or we're playing in a warehouse, there's like lights shining through the ceiling, or, we want to do something fun. And, all of our personalities kind of have to shine into the video. I feel our music's not silly or goofy usually, but I think we are in a certain way. Like the four of us kind of have like a certain sense of humor, and so it's important for us to be able to kind of put that into the videos. And at the end of the day, it's like a big commercial for your song, so you want it to be you want to pay attention to it. You want someone who's watching it to be like, whoa, I'm actually want to see what's happening. I'm not just like, I have a lot of friends who put out a music video, or I see a lot of music videos. It's just like the band playing, and you kind of get the gist after 15, 30 seconds, and you're like, all right. And you might not even watch the whole thing and just listen to the song in the car while you're driving or whatever. So I want, when we're doing a video, to like have it be something where you start watching it and you want to finish watching it like it's a television show or a movie. You're like, you want to see the beginning, the middle, the end, and kind of see how it all shapes up. So the process on this one was like the four of us kind of tossing around ideas. It started off, and AJ's on. Here he is. Always late to the party.
He's in. I was gonna
20
wait,
minutes late
I was gonna
today.
wait for
That's
a
not that
break.
bad.
I was gonna wait for you to take a break in the discussion, but
No, it's okay.
I
He'll
didn't
come
find-
interject.
I didn't want him to like leave, so I was like, all right, I'm just gonna bring him in quick.
Oh, he'll leave.
He will.
But yeah, so yeah, like the original concept and what it wound up being was like we wanted to do a video that was a spoof on something like a Weekend at Bernie's, the movie. All of us are big fans of 80s stuff. If you saw our last video and our first video, there's like little homages to everything. So in the Fall 99 video, it's like a little homage to Back to the Future, which is one of my favorite movies. And then in the second video, it's not an homage to the movie, but we inserted a lot of scenes and things from the movie Mac and Me, which is like just such a terrible movie, but it's, you know, again, like an 80s thing that, you know, I think is funny. So this time we were like, we had a really fun Weekend at Bernie's idea. And it originally had started off us performing at a club, and an A&R guy shows up and to come see us. And it's like our big shot. But on the way to perform or way to get, you know, the show, I get killed. I get, you know, some sort of accident occurs and I die. And then Anthony, I think, or AJ, I forget who it was, but we were like, hey, let's not do a show again. Like, let's try something different. So someone came up with the idea of doing it as like a house party. So that's kind of like where, you know, that's where it kind of changed and became something a little different.
Yeah, I mean, from the opening, what, 15 seconds, it's like it really grabs you. Like it's like, holy shit, where is this going? And it stays there the whole time, and it just like it captivates you, and it's, I mean, if you're not watching till the end, shame on you. But yeah, I mean, it was just so well done.
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
AJ, what do you think?
He's not thinking. What are you guys talking about?
It started so early.
Yeah, we look at Anthony's dying. He's got a bedtime.
Yeah,
It's a good thing I'm on here to listen to everybody else yammer on.
He ruptured an eyeball. He got so
Waste
excited
of
for that.
fucking time. Popco, be honest. Did you watch the video or did you shut it off after your part? Be honest. After you shame everybody else.
I was in it almost the
All right.
entire time, so I mean, I didn't want to stop.
I had to
Yeah,
watch
that's
it.
true. You did have a lot of
I'm like,
parts.
look at that magnificent belly.
Yeah, he had
That's-
to.
That magnificent belly. That's it's like, if that doesn't encourage me to lose weight, I don't know what will. So thank you.
No,
guys
you look good. You look good. And you were great on set. You treated everybody like you're actually a rich guy. You were like talking down to people and cursing at everybody. And
Yep.
it was great. I liked it. I thought you were great.
throwing fake money around, you know.
Yeah. Perfect.
But I mean, you don't just show up the day of and make this happen. And I don't think people understand. Maybe they do, but like the amount of time that goes into the whole thing, leading up to it, day of, you know, post production, all that stuff. I mean, it's a lot of time, it's a lot of energy, it's a lot of money. Talk about like that whole process and kind of why you keep doing it.
What do you guys say? That's the whole process from start to finish.
We get yelled at if we don't do everything correctly.
By Ted.
No, yeah, it's definitely a lot of work, but it's also a lot of fun. And like I've said before, it's one of those things where we have a lot of really dumb ideas, and I think the excitement to see our dumb ideas become real things makes the work very easy, because you go like, well, this is like the whole intro of that video, like that was, I mean, what, it's 10 seconds or 30 seconds of like the friggin' video, but that was like 4.5 hours of our life sitting there trying to
Yeah.
really good, because we were hoping it would turn out as good as it did. So
Yeah, I definitely think that, like what he said, like sitting there for those extra hours just to do that 10-second intro piece was worth it, though, because like, and if you've seen it, like that really kicks the video off, and it was like it was the most like techie part of shooting, like because the Dave who is editing had to make it look like I'm getting hit by a van, and even during the day of the shoot, the idea changed, and it wasn't what I had in mind, it was what he had in mind. I like a classic, like, and just like a shot of me getting hit by a van. And he's like, no, we're going to try something different. And then he had like Anthony, like do this thing with the radio and do this like panning shot. And then we're all sitting down and the van runs me over while we're still seated. And that was all Dave. Like, and like, a lot of that happens like while we're shooting. Like we'll prepare, we'll have not like a script, but like an outline. It'll be like, here's the 10 shots we're definitely going to get. But then while we're there, Anthony or Keith or AJ, they'll have like an idea and be like, well, why don't we try this? Or why don't we do this stupid thing? Or they'll find some prop they want to like shoot and do something stupid with. And a lot of times that'll make the video.
Yeah, I was very adamant about the cooler. There was a cooler right next to Ted. And I was like, well, that's got to move. Let's go. Do we have a rope? And it's just like, all right, let's make the cooler fly out, which is nothing more than like pulling a rope. But there's like another, 20 minutes of like setting that up and like making sure it doesn't look like it's in the shot. And like they need to get a plate and then like making sure that you're just out and like you pull it in time. And then
but those little touches like make it so much better.
Yeah. My wife saw it. She's like, again, the first 15 seconds, she's like, whoa, where's this going? But yeah, and then just like the whole weekend at Bernie's idea, plan a show. Again, this is out for people to watch right now, but it was just so well done. The scenes and Ted having to play, even though he was dead, and you guys like, you still want to make that 10 grand. Like, the hell with Ted,
Yeah, the whole premise, like I said, it originally was a club, and then I don't remember if it was AJ or Anthony or who came up with the idea to like, let's try something a little different. Like, let's not do another club or theater or whatever. So we changed it to a house party, and the idea was like, oh, we have a rich guy who's paying a band to come, but I get killed by AJ by accident, and we have to still play this show. And honestly, the stuff was like us playing like. That was harder to shoot, but I felt like the stuff that was harder to shoot was a lot of scenes where like Anthony's like carrying me around on his back, or like AJ's carrying, like just being dead weight and having them carry me, and then being in the sun all day.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of sunburn that we all endured. Anthony was like tomato red by like the first 3 hours.
Yeah, that was bad.
I think like performance take 2, your neck was already burned.
Yeah,
it was bad. That was my fault. I didn't wear any sunscreen at all that day. So
come on, guys, this is like your first rodeo or what?
Yes.
I'm a guy. That's a guy thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't think about it. I'm thinking about everything but myself.
Actually, this would be our first outdoor music video, wouldn't it?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, this is the first time we've done anything outdoor. So.
Well, no, we did the beginning of Regret Is a Terrible Roommate. That was outside. Actually, the same spot where we shot the van scene, pretty much.
Oh yeah, that's true. The little
that counts.
Thing. Yeah, like we do like it's like a little, it's like Wonder Years, like
yeah.
Scene.
Oh yeah.
There was some outdoor stuff. AJ, that was total bullshit what you said, because there's some outdoor stuff for the Mr. Blue Sky video too.
Yeah, you weren't kidding, man. You get pummeled here.
You can't just say things just to say things.
We never fall apart and attack each other. We're always one strong unit.
Well, I mean,
we're stronger when we attack each other, in my opinion.
Yeah, we're stronger when we're all against each other.
Yes.
That's like the way of the world right now, it seems like, but we're not stronger.
But
well, that's debatable. So
I don't know.
Hey,
but I mean, you said earlier it's hard to get these things. Oh boy,
it's Anthony's.
It's nerding out again.
It's his toy collection. You have to deal with that sometimes.
Back in the day, we would just punch you. You get beat up for being a nerd.
Yeah.
Now it's cool.
You could hit me. It's fine.
No one told me that. No one told me that would be cool one day.
Well, I knew all along. I had a feeling that eventually things would turn.
How many wrestling action figures and stuff do you still have?
I got like thousands.
Casually
buckets of those.
Why, you want to come over and play with them or what?
Yes.
I could draw a bath and we can get in together.
They're all in boxes. You can't play with them. They'll ruin the value.
Me and Anthony were in a band forever ago, and I remember like after practice we would go up to his room And he would just have giant bins just full of like these action figures that he bought. Most of them were still like in the plastic or whatever. And then we would play like SmackDown or whatever, and he would have created the most ridiculous characters you've ever seen. They all had names. He would have like a fucking backstory for them and everything.
You're talking about in the video game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, with your dolls.
Well, I just want to specify to everybody that we weren't playing with dolls when we were in our late teens.
Okay.
Or early 20s.
Right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Whenever it was.
No, but
Those were good times, though.
Yeah.
I'm sure they were. You know, you guys played tummy sticks and all that kind of stuff too.
Yep.
I heard great things.
All of it.
Hot Dog Hideaway.
Uncle Touchy's Naked Puzzle Basement.
Oh man.
So this is typically what we're doing half the time when we're making a video, especially is just messing around, which is usually why we don't get everything done that we want, because we'll start to do a funny scene and then we'll just start messing around like this for like half an hour and laughing at stuff. And a lot of that was happening, like even in the video, in this one that just came out, it was excruciatingly hot and we had a really tight schedule. We only had a certain amount of time. I think it was like 10 hours front to back to get done. And we're like rushing through everything we could still get done. And then still like, we'll sit there for 30 minutes, like laughing about something stupid as hell that happened or a dumb idea that would come up.
I would say we did pretty fucking good this time around with staying like on task. I felt
this is the most disciplined we've ever been.
It was phenomenal.
1,000%.
AJ was
I think everybody's desire to get out of the sun kind of kept us focused this time.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, AJ's like, I have to go see Metallica, so I'm out of here.
Well, you know,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, AJ had Metallica tickets like for that night. So we were like, man, we have to get finished. Like we had this house because we rented an Airbnb house to do the video at. And we had only until a certain time. They're like, you have to be done at like 10 o'clock. So we're, you know, as we're going, like the clock's ticking down. We're like, oh my God, AJ's got to leave. We got to be out of here. Like completely packed up by 10. We started at 9 a.m. I think it was at SoundMine. We went to our friend Danny's studio where we record all of our albums. And he let us use the front where like that scene where I get hit by the van was like in their parking lot or their driveway or whatever. But so we went there, we shot that, then we ran to the house, we started setting that up. We had AJ driving a van around trying to pick up extras. We, you know, there's a lot of, like how you said earlier, there's a lot of stuff that goes into the video. Not only is it like the organizing the shots and the making the script or the treatment or whatever, and getting the props, getting the costumes. For us, sometimes we are stupid and we decide, let's do a video with lots of other people in it too. So then like a whole other thing is collecting people who are free that day who want to come be extras in the video. And you invite 50 people and then like 10 don't show and then 10 more don't show. And now you're down to 15 people at the end of the day. It's like, there's so much organizing and running around. And it's just, you need like a team of good people all working together. And I'm lucky that I have, you know, the guys in my band who I could be like, all right, Anthony, you're in charge of making sure this happens. AJ, you're in charge of picking up the extras.
You're
Keith,
in charge of possibly getting brutally murdered from strangers in a van.
At a grocery store parking lot.
Yeah, you'd be a creepy guy in a van in a parking lot waiting for people.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. AJ didn't do a good job of picking up the extras.
Yeah, he got popcorn.
He got me.
That was it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's good. 1 out of 15 people.
Well, I was only sat there an hour later than we told everyone we'd be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as you can see,
a disaster.
Yeah, the running on time is real difficult. So when you see how things are running in the background and you see how it finally comes out at the end, you would never know
the shit show it took to get there.
And I don't think people appreciate that because they're just not as involved as people were that day, right? And it's just like, and then just the way that the camera angles work, and you're able to kind of make this vision and create this vision that makes it look like it's, you know, a big party, and it just, you know what, I'm gonna say it now. I think this video will be up for a 2024 Music Award. Let's go.
If we can only be so lucky, John.
Let's go.
Let's not jinx.
What is it? Themey?
I'm throwing it into the
ether.
Yeah. Nominate us.
We already won a couple of those, and we never got our awards.
Yeah.
I asked Cavi about it when I was there, and he's like, he laughed about it. I was like, I don't think you had. He goes, I keep a couple in my car because like every year people are like, I wasn't here last year, this and that. And I was like, well, I doubt you have ones from like 3 years ago. He's like, no.
Yeah. They never sent us our, so we got a couple on layaway or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
So-
wait a minute. So we won the award 3 years ago. Where did the award go?
I'm guessing they go into the next years and they just
They're behind me. I
They're
put them.
collecting behind Popco. Over
I
there.
have.
might have gotten one that we technically won. That's 11.
Oh,
Yeah, I was like,
He-
the 1 year I was like, I'm not going home and not a winner. Here they are.
I got it. There it is.
I was inside, and spoiler alert: Popco won for podcast.
Yeah.
He wasn't in there.
Hey,
So
congratulations, buddy.
He goes, he's actually outside on the red carpet. So I go out there and I see him. I'm like, hey man, I was like, oh, like you won. He's like, I did. I was like, yeah. He goes, oh shit. He's like, for real? I was like, yeah. He's like, for what? I was like, what the fuck are we talking about right now?
For what?
No, but
We're
here's
a free car.
No, so I was nominated for. Here's a funny story. I was nominated for 2 awards, podcast, and then also podcaster. So I get there, kind of right, but like maybe
No, one is the show and one is you.
yeah.
So
Me.
did they like you?
Thing.
Did they like your show or did they like you?
Right.
I was
So-
nominated for best drums and for best drummer.
Yes.
Right,
I wasn't nominated for either one of those. It's just a joke, but
Regardless, so I got there late. My kid at soccer practice. I had the slowest Uber known to man taking me there, and I got out and I'm talking. I get there and I'm everyone's hanging out, having a good time, and I'm, hey, what's up? Blah blah blah. Yeah, I see AJ and he's like, yeah, you won. I'm like, for what? He goes, best podcast. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, that's whatever, great. So I go in later, and Caviston's on stage and he's announcing stuff. He goes, oh, hey, here's Johnny Popko here. He'll accept his award now. So I accept it. He didn't announce what category it was. So here the whole time I'm thinking it's for the podcast, right? So the whole night goes by. Everyone's like, oh, congratulations. What did you win? I'm like, oh, best podcast. Like, oh, congratulations. That's awesome. Blah, blah, blah. So it's like getting late. It's like 10:45. I said, Joe, like, was the podcaster or personality or whatever you want to call it, was that announced? He goes, yeah. I said, oh, cool. I said, who won? He goes, you did. And I'm like, wait a minute. I thought this was for podcast. He goes, no, it was for podcaster. I'm like,
No, you scum.
AJ, you son of a bitch.
I'll be
mm,
honest. All right. And this genuinely, this wasn't even like
I
me
know.
being salty. The second my category came up and I didn't win, I was like, cool, I'm out. And I left.
wow.
So I
Are
think
you sure you didn't win both? Popco, did you win both?
I'm sure I didn't win both. Yeah.
All right.
said it though. I don't remember him saying podcaster. I thought he said podcast.
I don't know. It is what it is.
Well, you're still a winner in
I
our,
say
in our
Side Win
eyes.
podcast of the year. So you just won.
Well, I will wait. I will wait for the award to come from you.
Me and Anthony will make an award for you made out of old macaroni and cheese.
This silly Jerry.
And
Yeah.
Out of my old dolls.
yeah,
Those old
a
wrestling
action
dolls.
figure and macaroni.
No, but it was a great night in Scranton, and I'm
Good.
so mad that we brought up Joe Caviston again because he somehow manages to be brought up in every episode completely
Who?
organically. Joe Caviston.
Who? I don't know. I don't know who that is.
Joe Traviston.
Who?
I was trying to save your not
I
bring him
know.
up again.
I already,
It's too late. Yeah,
It's too late. I'm
The guy who orders less awards than nominees for his
Yeah.
award show. That guy. That's a
Oh.
bullshit excuse.
oh boy, here we go.
How do you
Well,
run out of the awards?
Well, hopefully this one gets one, and we'll take our award this time.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
I do. I think this is the best video we've ever done. I don't even think it's close. I don't even think it's close. I think it's the best.
I so badly. I still think about it all the time. My favorite one, just for the absolute absurdity of it, just will always be Mr. Blue Sky.
Yeah, we did, like as you said, John, we do a lot of videos, and that's kind of been part of our brand or whatever you want to call it. It's that's like a thing that we like to do. And we did on top of the like this now being our third music video for our songs, on top of that, we did some like little fun side ones for some cover songs that we recorded a couple years ago as like a little cover EP. And we did a video for the song Mr. Blue Sky, which is a ELO song. And we made it like a what kind of show? Like a sitcom.
Sitcom,
like a 90s like Full House or
all that kind of stuff.
So the entire thing is just us doing character entrances for all the different characters on the show Mr. Blue Sky. And there's a couple of them, and it progressively gets more deranged as it goes. So like one, we have Anthony, he's like a praying mantis, like mad scientist.
Nothing
and like
is ever going to be Keith in that friggin' wig with the mustache. That's all I ever think about is that, and that makes it the best thing in the world.
So, yeah, there's a clip where we do like we're all brushing each other's hair, like in Full House, and Keith is like in the back, but he's like a guy. So we're all dressed as women. And then Keith's in the back. It's like large fellow with like a pedo mustache. He's brushing one of our hair, and he just like turns and smiles. And like how we were saying earlier, when we're shooting these videos, some stuff that we were laughing for an hour, like we couldn't get to the next scene.
That was almost like one of the longest scenes to shoot because we couldn't stop laughing to get the shot. Just thinking about it, like I'm crying because it was so friggin' ridiculous. We had supposed to do the one shot as that guy, but it was so friggin' funny. They were like, "Let's just do it again. Like, just do that with this. We'll go hide behind that wall." Like, it was just hilarious.
So yeah, we do have a lot of fun with these, and like you said, it's what we use to really promote and push our music because I think it shines, like our personality shines the most on like when we're having fun and making a video. So, I don't know. I'm really excited. I hope everyone's enjoying it, and I'm sure they are. It came out today, right? Today's Friday. No, it came out Wednesday.
It came out last week.
Wednesday. Yeah. I thought
last
today.
week.
Yeah.
Last week.
And today is Friday. Or is today this Friday? Or today
what
next
the fuck
Friday?
Today is
it just came out
a week and a half.
Okay. So today is the 27th.
Oh, we're breaking the fourth wall right now?
Yeah. It's like a She-Hulk thing.
Okay. Well, we're doing technically at this point, the damn video is not even out yet. So.
Yeah.
How funny would that be if it just got taken off the internet?
We get flagged for like Weekend at Bernie's, like I don't know, proprietary crap problems. They just take it down.
Well, I mean, Ted, you nailed it. You nailed the whole character, the jacket, everything from the jacket, the mustache, the glasses. I mean, I just can't get over how.
These guys had beautiful Hawaiian shirts on. Don't disparage their lovely outfits.
Oh, 100%. And they carried your ass. They literally carried your ass the whole day.
Yeah. You could see in the opening scene, it's funny, Anthony, because we shot not the car scene, like the opening scene of the actual video and the song starts. We shot that like basically last.
Mm-hmm.
And you could see Keith and Anthony, their faces are so red, like sunburnt. And we shot that bit, like how many times was it, Anthony, like carrying me up and driving?
I don't know, too many fucking times. You were
at
heavy.
least 8. I was watching it.
You were literally dead weight. It sucked.
Between like just you weighing, a full fucking person, but it's like obviously we don't want to like grip you in any way to like hurt you. So it's like it makes it really difficult. And then you're trying to like be on camera looking cool.
Yeah, like not looking
like
you're taking a dump.
Like not looking.
I actually look like I'm pretty pissed when I'm dragging you
You
around.
look super pissed in the beginning of the video.
I didn't realize I was wearing it like that, but
See, that's the best
I
part.
was.
In that opening
That's a genuine reaction.
That opening shot, it looks more like you and Keith are like so determined to like fucking party, even though he's dead. And it makes the fucking opening shot so like you guys are like in the zone, like just walking it, like you just have like that face on.
Yeah, we were determined to get it over with. That's what that was. That really sucked.
Yeah, it was really tough. And it was a lot of that through the whole day. There's like we did like a conga line scene, and AJ's got me like he's like carrying me. Anthony's got me on his back. AJ's like trying to like lift me from behind.
So that I think we did that like 3 or 4 times, 3 of which you are legitimately on my fucking back and I'm dragging you. And then finally Dave's like, yeah, maybe just walk, and then I think you did pretend a little bit, and then like I didn't have to drag you anymore. And I think that's maybe the shot that we used.
The shot that we used is me actually walking, but like kind of doing like the Bernie bounce from like the second movie with like my arms around you. Yeah. Man, and it's cool because we don't get to see a lot of the stuff that's happening around us when we're filming. We just get to, we know what we did, but we don't know what it looks like. So when I'm watching the clips and I see what other people did, and like, that's fucking amazing. Like Anthony's like, in that one scene we're talking about, like Anthony does this thing where he's like pushing my head to the side. It's so good. I didn't even know it was happening because, you know, I was just doing my thing. So when I'm watching it, I'm laughing at that stuff. You know, it's like, there's like a bit where Anthony and AJ are doing like, they're lifting my hand up, making me wave at people walk by. And Anthony like hits me with the fly swatter, and then it cuts back to the two of them, like making like this really disgusted look. And I don't even know if that was supposed to be in the video, like the cut back, but it's hilarious. And it's like, when you see it, it's like, I'm so glad that we still, like, everyone's still doing funny stuff.
Yeah.
When you're not paying attention to it. Cause, you know, a lot of people who were in the video, we had a lot of friends, a lot of like fans, people came from all over to be in it, which was so cool. We had a group of people drive up from Alabama. We had people coming out from Ohio and Philly and, you know, all over the place. And a lot of those people, when they you know, message us, be like, we're so excited, we want to see ourselves in the video. And like how you said, it's like, you're just going to be watching for yourself. Like, oh my God, like what was I doing? And then it's funny because then you'll see what the other people around you are doing, and it's going to make you laugh even harder. But I think this one's, it's really great. And I think everyone who came in was amazing. Like, we're so thankful to have like such awesome fans and they're extremely supportive. They're very,
Right.
we have like a really cool like fan page on Facebook where we all chat with everybody who's like, you know, really into, you know, our band, and it's just the coolest people. I can't thank them enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what I would recommend, and I hope you continue to kind of get those fans involved with future videos. And I know it's hard because it's free help, right? But it's you know, from being a part of it and experiencing it, like I met some great people, you know, that day that, you know, we're friends on Facebook now.
So did we. I mean, we didn't know everybody who came.
So it's a cool experience, and I hope that if you do it again and you do a kind of like a call for extras, people kind of, you know, are into it and kind of join you guys, or if anyone's listening to this and sees an opportunity to be an extra. I mean, it's a cool opportunity to be involved with something, but also meet new people and just get an idea of like all the hard work that goes into these things.
It's a lot of work. Be prepared. Like if you're going to go do something like this, be prepared to sit around and do a whole bunch of nothing for an hour sometimes. You know.
We had pizza, we had drinks.
There was pizza and drinks, there were snacks.
There was a pool there. People were in the pool.
There's people swimming. Like a lot of those scenes are people actually just hanging out. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then Dave was just filming it and being like, well, this is supposed to be a party. Everyone's having a good time. Like, we'll just film it. But, you know, we're lucky. We have like our family come. Anthony's family came, I think the last two videos.
I was just saying, a fair amount of, like, at least half the people that were there were in the Whoa I video.
Yeah, a good chunk of them for sure.
You know, I'm sure as we keep going, the same people will kind of end up being in the same video. So it'll essentially turn into like a whole Adam Sandler situation where we'll just keep recasting all the same people.
Sure. Yeah, we have a couple friends that always make it in. Anthony's friend Jay always makes it in.
That makes JR Rob Schneider.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jay Wyckoff, recovering from an injury. He's got a boxer's fracture on his right hand.
Oh no.
Was that from the video shoot?
No, it happened at work.
Swung out and hit and broke his hand.
Damn.
He got hurt on the job.
Yes.
But
he did.
Yeah,
so.
and we're probably gonna, you know, this one's out now, and then we'll probably do another one. I don't know how soon, but I've already got an idea for it, and I think it's gonna be really good. So it's gonna require less extras, which is good as well. But you know, we don't do a ton because they're elaborate and they're expensive. And, you know, and we want to do, when we do them, we don't just pump them out just to like have if we have to have an idea that we're all on board with, everyone's excited about. And
even just making this video was how many months realistically between like, all right, like here's the idea to like the day of film.
It had to be 6 months. It had to be.
Wow.
Because, you know, sometimes I'll have a video idea that it's for a song that doesn't even exist yet. I'll be like, I had a great idea for a music video, and I'll post in the group, and then we'll just like the four of us will bounce it around back and forth. Anthony will change it, Keith will change it, someone will come up with another, why don't we do this? And then like we pick the song for what the video is going to be. Like it's not always like we have a song and we're going to make a video for it. Sometimes
I literally showed up, and I remember we were about to start shooting all the scenes where we're performing, and I literally looked at Anthony. I was like, what song are we doing? And I had to have someone play the opening riff, and I was like, "Oh, all right, that one." Because genuinely, I didn't care what song it was for. I just wanted the idea.
Yeah, we like the idea, and I think the song is like, we pick the song that we like the most. Like we'll be like, when we did Fall 99 or we did Whoa I, it was like, we kind of come to a consensus. Like, well, what do we think is going to be the best foot forward? Because we're going to put all, the video is what everyone's going to see. So we wanted it to be the best song, or what we think is most appealing song, or whatever it is. So we do bounce the idea around, but sometimes there's 2 or 3 that we're like, we can't really decide on. And sometimes we'll switch it. We'll be like, have a video going, and then like a month before the video shoot, we'll be like, you know what? I think that's what happened with Whoa I. We were doing a different song, and then we all decided like, let's just do Whoa I. Like that's going to be a better one, I think. And it wound up being, I think, the better one. But so AJ comes prepared he was like, I'm not even sure what song we're doing, because there's 3 songs in this discussion of doing a video for. And we don't always agree on what our favorite song on an album is, or what we think the best song is. I think all 4 of us have a different song that we like the most on the CD that we just put out. But the song we chose, The Long Way, was just the one that we all 4 were like, yeah, that one's really good too. Like that was like the one we all landed on. But I think all 4 of us have a different song that's like our favorite song on the new record.
Yeah, I mean, the song is great too. So I thought I was gonna get sick of the song, but actually, like, I like it more. So I heard it 1,000 times that day.
I don't think we played that song as many times as we've had to in I guess when we did like Fall of 99, that one we probably played the song a lot.
That was nonstop.
Yeah.
This one was a little easier because we didn't need the music except for when we were playing, right. I think. And when we did Fall 99, which was our first like real video, we had never done one, so we didn't really know what the process was. So we were just playing the song over and over, like even during the scenes when we didn't need it, to be like, oh, let's use this for. It wasn't even necessary. Like, but so we heard that song a lot of times that day.
Another band I was in, we did a music video where it was only performance, and it was 9 straight hours of hearing that song over and over again.
Oh my God.
And it is like, it's like friggin' torture.
Well, what's cool though too, is Whoa I, and if I'm wrong, I apologize, but Whoa I was playing on the radio at the start of this video. So your last video.
And then if you go to Whoa I, the beginning of that video here, I think, is it Fall of 99?
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's playing in the car. So we're kind of like, stringing them together kind of thing.
That's neat. And my wife laughed, and I laughed too, at the cocaine scene was fun.
Yeah. That was the most fun part for me, is he finally sends out and edited the video. So again, like, I left about halfway through the whole party thing. So like, I don't even know most of the scenes that happened. So I'm like, I'm not even part of some of these ideas or things. So like, when they pull up and you're like waving like it's your house, and then you guys are all doing the coke scene, like, I'm laughing because like I have no idea that any of these scenes are even freaking happening. So it was fucking awesome for me.
Yeah, that's for the record. I think if I were to do cocaine, I think that's how I would have.
Oh, you got it. Yeah, with a dead guy and 2 friends
in a weird, dimly lit room with 2 random people on the couch.
But I was so excited because Keith and Anthony were like, no way, and I'm like, I got this for you guys. What are you doing? And I hit you, and you fall over face first into it. And I'm like, yes.
We had to when we shot that, we had to like keep stopping me right before I fell face forward into it, because I mean, you can only really do that one time.
Yep.
And on top of that, all 3 of us, we were starting to like get kind of sweaty and gross. So it's like, as soon as I got my face up off from it was like, what was that? Baking? No, it wasn't baking soda. What did we use? Flour?
Yeah.
Flour. Yeah.
Once I came out, my whole face was just like completely caked in this like gross, like wet flour.
But it looked like you really committed to slamming your face into that.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I definitely slammed my face straight down into the table.
I got to give Ted credit for the full commitment, because, like, for instance, before he's talking about the scene and Anthony hits him with the fly swatter, when Anthony first did it, he like lightly did it. He's like, no, he's like, you can hit me. And then because Dave was trying to get his shot and like line up, he smacked him in the fucking head 8 times, like really like whacked him.
Yeah, he wasn't holding back.
It was fun. It was great.
Well, one thing you said, Ted, was like, you have to overact. Like if you're going to dance like normally, you have to be, level that up like 10 times.
Absolutely.
Just to kind of get that energy on film, because it's not a,
Yeah, it doesn't translate if you're dancing and you're just like doing this and you're watching a video. There's a lot of other stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
People aren't gonna. It's not gonna really register. And another big part of it was that since I'm supposed to be dead, the more robust everyone's other actions are, the more dead it's gonna make me look.
Yeah.
So if I'm not doing anything and Anthony's like drumming like crazy and AJ's like jumping all over the place, it really makes it look more like I'm dead. Like you can even watch, like I was watching the video, and when we watched through the first draft, Anthony even said, he's like, it looks like I'm going crazy playing. Like there's like every scene that I'm playing drums, looks like I'm killing myself trying to play the drums. But that's what you want. I think it looks great.
It was awesome. You crowd surfed dead. That was a feat.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was tough.
And then the closing scene was perfect, perfect ending to it. So
Anthony counting his bills with Keith, happy that I'm perished, and they got their money.
That's all.
What would you say?
That was the real reward was your death.
Yes.
Money was secondary.
Money didn't even matter.
Yeah.
What would you say your favorite scene to shoot was, Anthony and AJ? Just out of curiosity.
I don't know. I guess the cocaine scene was a lot of fun. Because it just, not to kiss your ass. I know this is your show and everything, and you won podcast of the year and everything.
Podcaster.
And podcaster of the year. You won both. But that was a lot of fun watching you get into it. You did a really good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, I always feel kind of awkward with the camera on me. I'm not like a person that's usually short for words in person with people, but when I get a camera on me, I kind of clam up a little bit and I find it hard to act naturally. And I thought you did an awesome job. So that was a lot of fun.
I agree. That was really good.
Thank you. I was nervous. I really was, just because I like you
play
guys
that way.
I like you guys a lot, and like obviously like I was honored to be a part of it, and I wanted to do right by you guys too. So it was an awesome time.
Well, you sure did.
Yeah.
But AJ, what was your favorite part?
See, I'm a nerd for all of the behind the scenes kind of shit, whether it's all the recording, even like the video making stuff. So I don't know. I like watching some of the like even just in the intro thing. I think it was the scene where literally Ted's like just putting down the newspaper as he's reading it, and like I get involved and I'm like, I can fucking hit the thing to focus it or whatever. So it's like I enjoy all of that kind of stuff. So like even just when we were shooting that scene where it's like I'm working the rope to like make him look like he's waving and stuff, and then like the two girls come walking by, like just again, like when you're there, it's this half-hour process to make this friggin' scene happen, and then discussing like, oh, like, well, what if the camera like actually like pans with them or whatever, and then like to see that later, it's like, oh, well, that looks like fucking phenomenal.
Yeah,
I know. I get caught up in a lot of like those little details.
Yeah, it's cool.
I like all that stuff. It's cool to see it on the camera is so different than seeing it in person somehow, which is a very
it's way different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even like just he'll play it back on the screen. You're like, oh, well, that looks fucking amazing. Like I thought that was going to look really weird or dumb or boring, and it's like, no, it looks awesome on the camera. So
that's the thing too. I mean, back in the day, doing a music video was like out of the question because it would cost a fortune. Now it's still expensive. There's costs involved, but I think it's a little more manageable. And just the technology, being able to have the camera. I mean, at one point we had the camera inside the house, facing outside, and you were able to see what the camera was seeing on an iPad. And I mean, again, I have nothing to. I'm not in that industry, so I don't know anything about that. But to see it, I was like, oh wow, that makes a lot of sense, obviously. But it was cool to see.
Wireless technology.
Yeah.
It's really cool. It's very helpful. And it's when we're shooting, Anthony could be shooting a scene and I could be across the room. Like me and AJ could be watching it on the iPad and see what it actually is going to kind of look like.
Yeah.
So we can even be like, hey, why don't you move this thing to the side? You know what I mean? Like it helps a lot. Like what he's saying, all these little details that you can kind of like get involved in, or like maybe just focus on the background and then zoom out. And then, like all these like cool little things. So it is really fun to be a part of that.
Yeah. Well, the video is out now. YouTube, Facebook, all the just go online. You'll find it somewhere. The song is
You sure
titled
will.
The Long Way. Off their newest record titled Send It to Fail on all streaming services. It's available on vinyl, CD, I think. You
Yes,
guys
sir.
have all that on your website, I'm sure. And it's available at shows as well. And that's what I wanted to talk about, and I'll let you guys go. Outside of these videos that are a lot of fun to create, and you guys are a very active touring band. And sometimes, I don't know if it's like a thing to do these days is to, oh, we're going on tour, and like, I'm not calling anybody out, because it is, to each their own, but they'll say, oh yeah, we're playing 20 minutes from our where we live, and that's a stop on the tour dates,
Nope.
But you guys are like active, and I mean, you're traveling very far from where you guys are from. So talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I guess like touring is relative to who's doing it, of course. So if you're a newer band and you get to play 4 shows and it's all in PA, but like that's kind of a tour for you,
I think some of it comes with the fact that we're a little bit older.
Yeah.
So
yeah. For me, it's like we're going to travel, and we do travel a lot. I mean, in the last 18 months, we've played a lot of shows, played about 100 shows, and we've played all over the place. I mean, we went to England for 2 weeks with our friends in the Dolly Rots in February. We did a full Midwest East Coast tour opening for Bowling for Soup and Less Than Jake last summer, which was the biggest, best thing I've ever done in my life, probably. But then we've done multiple other tours. We went on tour to Spill Canvas and Mest and a bunch of other awesome bands, and going as far as Florida for Fest, and we've gone out to the Midwest. We've been out to Texas. When we very first started, me, Anthony, Keith, and my brother Rob filling in on guitar, we went all the way out to California and Texas, and again Colorado, and all over the place. So we've had a really busy touring schedule, and a big thing for the 4 of us, I think, is that we're a live band. Like, we like to play shows, we like to play live. Recording is amazing, and that's AJ's trade. He's an engineer. And it's a lot of fun, and I love recording, but I love playing live. It's just something different. It's like, again, we're a personality band. Like, how I said it translates into our videos. It's the same thing on our live show and at our shows. We like to talk to everybody there. We like to make friends with everybody, get everyone involved during the show. So that's like the big reward for me personally is, yeah, we get to like make videos, and we get to like have cool t-shirts, and like we get to get in our van. But for me, it's like being on stage and playing for people and being part of the crowd. And, that's what it's all about. So that's a big part of our band, is being on the road and touring and playing live.
And all that while having full-time jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Anthony's got to be up.
Mhm.
Anthony's got to be up at 4:00 in the morning to go to work.
Yeah,
So
he's
it's
like, let's wrap this shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done with this fucking show. This show's great,
He's got
award-winning show, but I'm fucking over it.
But AJ's got a full-time job. I've got a full-time job. Keith's got a full-time job.
He's got a kid.
Yeah, he's got a kid as well. So it's traveling and touring and all that kind of stuff. It's tough, but we make it work, and we have a lot of good friends who, if Anthony can't make a tour or if AJ can't make a tour, we have a friend who's going to step in and help us out and let us continue to play live when one of the 4 of us cannot make it. And we have lots of touring and lots of shows coming up still. So I mean, we're going to keep going, and like you said, we have a brand new record out, and we have a new video out now, and we're heading to space. Is the next place. That's a big spoiler, and you ruined it. We're gonna be the first band to perform in outer space.
I just saw that option. I was like, whoa. Yeah.
And you guys just played at the River Street Jazz Cafe.
Yeah, we played at the River Street Jazz Cafe in Plains with our friends in the band Cold, which was awesome.
You had your own fucking photo. That's amazing. Oh,
Yeah, it's me and Jimmy Hart hanging out as my background.
Anthony's good friend, Jimmy Hart, Mouth of the South.
Yeah, big Don't Panic fan. Shout out to Jimmy.
But yeah, so I mean, we've got a bunch of stuff coming up still. We're going to Florida in October. We're gonna go play the Fest in Gainesville. We got a bunch of dates around that. And we have one more show coming up in October. Is also in Amityville, Long Island, with our friends in Keep Flying, playing their record release show. on October 7th.
Great band.
Yeah, awesome band. And then we have we just confirmed and announced a show in Connecticut on December 29th in Hamden, this place called the Cellar. We had a really awesome show in Connecticut, actually several. We played there with Alien Ant Farm last year, and we played there with Mess this summer. And it's just like I love Connecticut, and they have the best pizza. So like that's like our thing. It's like we just go, yeah, they do, AJ. All right, let's not get into this.
Better than any PA.
It was very good, I will say.
What was it? Yeah. So I'm always excited to play in Connecticut, and then next year we're going back to England. That's like our big thing. We haven't announced the dates yet, but it's going to be in March, and we're going to be going with our really good friend Thomas Ian Nicholas of American Pie and Rookie of the Year fame. He's a band he plays in as well.
Yeah.
And so we're going to go out together and travel in a van and listen to all his stories about, I guess, the movies that we watched as we were children. And
Grew up with that guy. Yeah, that's amazing.
And then be in England. So that's going to be really fun. That's going to be in next March. Then we're going to be announcing those dates and stuff soon.
Very cool.
So the tires roll on. We're going to continue to tour until we're dead or too old and frail.
Well, the fact that you're doing this all with full-time jobs and it's you guys are hustling, and kudos to you. I know you love it. So yeah, Ted's on the chopping block. He's ready to. Well, Ted's not. He's ready to. Yeah,
Ted
he's ready.
has like internet and a phone. Like he's golden.
Yeah. He's ready to. You're all replaceable.
Yeah, well, everyone's replaceable, including me.
Well, guys, I mean, congrats on the new video. It was great to be a part of it.
Thanks, man.
I haven't looked at the numbers yet, but I'm sure it's doing very well. And if you're listening, like I said, watching this, go stream that. It's awesome, and looking forward to more new music from you guys, more new videos, and just kind of being part of your journey. And one of these days I will get to a live show. I don't think I've actually been to one yet. And you were just in like literally 15 minutes from me.
We'll have one, and you'll come, and it'll be great. Don't you worry.
Maybe what I have to do is I literally have to pay you to come to my house and perform at my house.
All right, 10 grand. That's the price.
10 grand. I'm an old fat rich guy, so that's no fucking problem.
Do a lot of coke together, right? It'd be great.
I got plenty of flour.
Your wife thought it was funny, so it's okay to do it.
I was actually apprehensive to do that scene just because I'm like, I don't know why.
Yeah, I remember that.
What if my son sees this one day and he's like not like he just sees it at like an impressionable age and doesn't understand things yet?
You understand that it's normal for like some lady to show her asshole online now? You're worried doing fake coke in a video.
Yeah, snorting flour is not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, I was definitely overthinking it, but it was just one of those like dad moments. But
there's a 7th grader on OnlyFans right now.
Oh, that's terrible.
I don't know about that.
Edit that out.
Let's not time to wrap it up. I hope you don't know about that. All right, guys, thank you for.
I meant looking at it, by the way. I'm not saying.
All right.
Edit that out too.
Yeah. We know what you mean. It's a scary world, and So, but guys, hopefully I see you soon.
Yes.
AJ, thanks for presenting me an award I didn't win.
You're very welcome.
I really appreciate that.
Thanks.
You win all the rewards in our heart, John.
Yes.
And the award for the best 7-year-old OnlyFans goes to. All right, cut that. Let's edit that out too. Let's edit that out.
All right, man.
Guys, get some sleep. Thanks for doing this. I appreciate your time. Of course. Check out the video, The Long Way, everywhere. And I'll see you guys soon.
All right, man. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you.
See ya.